Wyldwood are an arts charity and we focus on working really closely with the community in a co-creative way. We get into the heart of communities and we find out what they'd like to do and we try to help make that happen. Having funding from Foresters Forest has meant that we've been able to do all kinds of fantastic work in our local environment, which has been based around heritage, around community connections, around creativity and just about celebrating this fantastic place that we live. One of the things that Wyldwood really focuses on is intergenerational work, so bringing different generations together to have shared experiences in a creative community environment. We worked on a project called the Pudding Club in St Breville's, where we discovered that historically there had been something called the Pudding Club, where people would make and eat puddings together, which sounds fantastic. We ran a series of community sessions where we worked with a professional cooking facilitator and we brought groups of different people together, cooking up puddings on a Sunday morning and then eating them on a Sunday afternoon. We created a series of short podcasts where we sent our podcast producer along to chat to different people in the Forest of Dean. So we chatted to Jonathan from Clearwell Caves and we talked to his sister Elaine, who ran something at the time called The Secret Forest. We created a podcast celebrating 3 generations of free miners. We chatted to Forest Brass, who are a brass band based in Park End. And we also talked to Kevin Stannard, who's the Deputy Surveyor for the Forest of Dean, and he gave us a really brilliant overview of kind of the past, present and future of the area. We created an online project called 100 Forest Faces, which is based loosely around the idea of the 100 of St Breville. So we wanted to take the idea of 100 of something and try to capture 100 Instagram submissions from people in the Forest of Dean who sent us their images of them in the forest, telling us why they love the Forest of Dean and what makes them feel at home here. We've had a few different projects that have been based around performances. A brilliant performance called Passing the Baton, which celebrated brass band culture and led to some beautiful performances in the community at bandstands and as part of the Wye Valley River Festival. And then, of course, the pandemic came and we quickly had to shift things around and we created something called The Meeting Post, which is our intergenerational newspaper. And we were able to feature all kinds of content from other Foresters Forest projects in the newspaper, and that went to older people and to children living across the Forest of Dean. Through the pandemic, the resilience of local people has really shone through. Mutual aid groups have sprung up, people are much more connected, and we also wanted to celebrate that through our community banner project, which has been kind of our final celebration event, really. We worked with Foresters Forest groups who we helped to facilitate making a banner, so we had some quite deep dive conversations with them into what's important about their community groups, why do they attend these groups, what does it mean to them to live in this place? And then that's been translated beautifully into these huge fabric banners. We set up a community banner parade in Cinderford, and starting at the Bellevue Centre, we paraded through residential streets with our banners. It was lovely because people were popping out of their doors and their windows and giving us a wave. Some people were saying, "Oh, what are they protesting about?" Actually, we were really happy to say that we were celebrating the community, and then we all congregated in the triangle so that we could have a really good look at each other's banners and we could chat to each other and really feel that sense of community after such a long period of being separate from each other through the pandemic. Working on celebrating the community with Foresters Forest has really informed the direction for Wyldwood moving forward, and we're thrilled that some of the projects that we've embarked on have really become embedded into communities and they'll be remembered for a long time to come.